was like, that's cool.
I'm always willing to give advice. You know, anything I know, I'm going to pass it on to the next generation. I mean, that's part of keeping it alive, and you know, I hope it never goes away. You know, much like comics, I hope it never goes away.
my dad just made 80 yesterday, and he still was talking about comic books. You know, he was talking about his favorite ones. Well, Superman was his, by the way. But he actually, you know, you keep forgetting your parents turn you on and everything. It's like I thought I knew my comic. You know, he's the one, you know. So, but like you, I was thinking. I didn't want to ask you guys about AI and all that because I figured you had already talked about it by this time. But I know, you know, you can use an agent for some things, but there's got to be an element where you can use that in a way, like they use stuff in you, like Suno. You describe it, so you're an artist, but at the same time, I've made stuff that I feel it's made with AI. Then they'll even ask me, do I want an agent on my work to help me further? I'm like, no. I made this so I can use it like a tool. I don't want any more help from agents. I already got help from you, you know. But like I had a drum machine, as I was telling my comrades before, and like I bought this expensive equipment before that had cords and everything, and now it's obsolete. But I still go back and use it because it has a certain dexterity. But I don't know, you know. And the machine that I'm using, I made it with AI and it's cool. So, but it's a tool that I don't have to go further with AI on it though. I can still do my creative thing and stay with it there. Maybe you can make some other artistic tool that encompasses that, but still uses, you know, your power. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't touch it. You know, I use it like Google. Like I look things up.
Okay.
With AI, but
yeah.
that's about as far as I've gone. Because like when you involve artwork, you're actually stealing from every artist that's ever done anything. You know, so I don't get into that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be a part of that.
I feel that. I feel that.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like, you know, there are AI tools out there. I'm not totally aware of it. I'm traditional artist doing my own thing. You know.
Yeah, I don't want to make anything obsolete. I like a person like you. What you do, I want to preserve that. You know, like that's what I'm thinking. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Like,
Peter,
I grew up with comics and for that matter, like, you know, like I told the other guys before, like, you know, my father used to bring home a bunch of newspapers like every day. We were, you know, me and my brothers were into the comic strips, but also like back then they had ads with drawings, you know, fashion ads. Like there was one artist doing suits and dresses, pencil art. It was freaking fantastic. I wish I would have known the artist's name. I would still be following him. But yeah, like I want to preserve what I grew up loving. You know, it's just like everything's changing and everything's changing so fast. You don't want to lose what's great from the previous generation.
Peter,
you know, like you said, like it was my father that took me and my brother to our first couple of comic conventions and really got us into comics.
Wow. Okay.
Hey Peter, are there some comic book creators who are actually using AI to make comics?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Okay, I thought
Unfortunately.
so. Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. I've seen, you know, like titles to articles or whatever. It's like I don't know these people. They can do what they want, whatever. But like that's not the way to go, in my opinion. You know, it's like you're stepping on the foot of everybody. Like, you know, it's like supposedly people that were pro comics and pro creators are now using AI to make comics, and it's like, well, you're just not using people in it to make your comics, so how is that good for creators?
Right, right. I used to have a newsletter called the People's Comic Book Newsletter, and all these aspiring writers and artists used to submit their artwork or their stories to my newsletter, and we would do interviews and also too comic book reviews. And some of the one of my biggest interviews that I ever did was with William Shatner, because he had a comic book line called Tech Comics, and he was promoting that. And so I contacted William. I said, hey, I would love to interview you and get the word out about your comic book. He goes, yeah, let's do it. I was shocked. William Shatner.
I did a book probably in the 90s, just a black and white independent book called Velvet. The writer on that was the ghostwriter on William Shatner's tech books.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, that's great. Yeah. That's ironic.
Yeah.
Damn.
And in fact, the second comic I worked on, but the first comic job gig that I ever got was for a company called Personality Comics, and they released like celebrity comics, like so they released the cast of Star Trek,